Have you ever asked yourself why you still feel tired after resting? Why you take that vacation and you take the weekend off and you nap, but you still feel tired and exhausted? Easy answer. It's actually not about sleeping or napping more. It's not about resting more in general. It's about knowing the right kind of rest and when you need what type of rest to perform at your peak. I want to talk to you about the 7 different types of rest that high achievers need to perform at their best. And not only that, because it's not useful to know only the 7 types of rest, you gotta know when to rest or when to need what type of rest. Let's clear something out right away before I even dive into the 7 types of rest. Rest is not laziness. You don't have to feel guilty for it. There's going to be a different video just about that because I could talk for hours on this. But rest is an active process in your mind and in your body. We need it to restore vital maintenance, right? Okay, so let's dive right into the video. The first type of rest, let's be honest, everybody knows that kind of. Anyway, it's the physical type of rest. But I still want to mention it here because there's something really important to talk about here. Most people think physical rest is napping, is sleeping, is laying on a couch, not doing anything. And yes, that is true. And we also need that. But I think it's too, over promoted right now because it's not the only kind that we need. There's also a second half to physical rest, which is basically moving. If you have been sitting all day, if you have been sitting for days, I'm not sure if a nap or more sleep is going to help you perform at your best. You might actually need physical rest in terms of movement, stretching, going to the gym, dancing, whatever type of movement you like. That is what will actually help you to perform at your best, to feel efficient, to feel fresh, to feel new, right? The second type of rest is creative rest. Now, why do we need creative rest? Easy. We put rules on every single thing that we do, like how to find clients, how to write a YouTube or podcast script. Like subconsciously and consciously, we put rules on everything, which makes it draining at some point because it doesn't leave any room for creativity or innovation. The thing is, most rules are self-imposed. Like technically there's no rules on how to do anything. Like it's not written in stone. We made that up as humans. So creative rest is for when you feel like you are doing the same things over and over and over. You are putting on all these like shoulds and must do's and no, I need to do this and I need to do that and I need to do it in this specific way. Creative rest is for you to create the space to think creatively again. What do? You let yourself play like a child. You allow yourself to just do something without a goal, without a specific way of doing it. Crazy, right? Yeah. So whatever you want to do, can be drawing, can be painting, it can be dancing, acting, singing, whatever it is that gets you in that flow of no rules, no specific way of doing this, no specific goal with this. I can guarantee you by doing this, you're gonna get back your creative juices in no time. Like every single time I feel like I'm stuck with something, or I feel like it's too much in my brain, I feel like I'm putting too many shoulds on myself and too many rules, I go dance bachata. Like this totally turns off my mind and it gives me my creativity back. Also thinking about different choreographies for dances that I can just do by myself, and just thinking about that without having a goal, that, oh my God, does wonders for my creativity. Now let's move on to the third type of rest, which is social rest. And this one is super interesting because, we always have this discussion between, are you an introvert or an extrovert? Most people are actually ambiverts. So let's take a step back real quick. What are introverts? What are extroverts? In a sense, extroverts are people who get energy or get energized by being with other people. Introverts get energy by being by themselves, by hermiting. Ambiverts do both. They need both. They get energy by being by themselves, but also if they're surrounded by the right type of people, they get energy through that too. So, since most people are ambiverts, it's important to know when you need what. So what's important here is that you really ask yourself, do I need to be by myself right now? Or do I want to be with friends? What would make me feel more energized right now? Is it being alone or is it being with friends? Because I can tell you for myself, when I'm on my period or when I'm close to my period, I really don't want to see people. I just don't. I want to be alone. Or on Sundays when I have my me days, I just rather be alone in my own space. But I do have specific times during the days, during the weeks, during the months that I track for myself where I get so energized by people. And not just any people, but the right kind of people, like-minded people, inspiring people. But that is a really, really, really important distinction to make, whether you need alone time or whether you need social time. And that can change. And you need to allow yourself for it to change. Sometimes you will want alone time. Sometimes you want to hermit for a whole weekend. And sometimes you just feel more energized when you're surrounded by your friends, when you're surrounded by your family, when you're surrounded by like-minded people that amplify your energy. Now, the next type of rest that I really want to talk about is mental rest. As I already told you, we are getting bombarded with information overload every single day. So that type of rest is needed because we need to give our brain a break. No screens, walks in nature, something that will give your brain a break, something that allows you to not make a decision, to not solve a problem. Because here's what's happening when you scroll on social media, which is, by the way, not a type of rest. I'm so sorry. But when you scroll on social media, your brain has to make millions of tiny decisions. You don't make them consciously. All of that happens subconsciously. But your brain can't shut off that way. It can't turn off because it needs to be on making all of these decisions for you. Do I like that? Don't I like that? Do I comment? Do I not comment? What is this person saying? You know, all of these things. It's not rest. It's not rest. So here, for this type of rest, for mental rest, what we want to do is to really give our brain a break. And how do we do this? I already mentioned it. No screen time, right? Like just put your phone away for, even if it's 5 to 10 minutes, it will make a difference because nowadays we're so addicted to our phones that we have it in our hand constantly anytime. So it will make a difference for you if you just put it away for 5 to 10 minutes, even better for 30 minutes to an hour. Just leave it at home, go for a walk. Don't listen to music, just be with yourself and let your brain calm down. What also helps with mental rest is brain dumping before you go to sleep. So usually what happens is because we have so much to do during the day, so many thoughts don't have the space to be actually thought out. So when we go to bed, what happens? All the thoughts, all the feelings that we haven't processed during the day, they come up. And all the stories and all the future things and the past things and like all the stuff that we don't want to think about because we just want to sleep, they come up because you haven't processed it. So what really helps is before you go to bed is you brain dump all the thoughts, all the feelings, everything that comes up. Doesn't need to make sense, doesn't need to be a perfect essay or like whatever. You just brain dump whatever comes up. That really helps too. And or any form of meditation or sitting and staring. One of my favorite kinds of things to do, I would say it's even a hobby, I guess, sitting and staring. Love it. Love it. It's perfect. You just sit there and you stare. I do that in parks. I do that on my couch. I do that wherever, but it just helps me to calm down. Not a 100% fan of meditation. I tried it for me. Not my thing, but like sitting and staring, that works. Now, the next type of rest is kind of similar to mental rest, but this is sensory rest. What do I mean? We constantly get notifications on Slack, Asana, WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, all the different tools. Especially if you work online, you're constantly bombarded with notifications and messages, and that is overwhelming for our brain. So sensory rest means there is no external stimulation that will go into your brain and make you feel overwhelmed. So in that sense, put your phone away, close Slack, close your laptop, and try to sit in silence or be in silence. Go to the park. I mean, natural surrounding noises are fine, but it's about getting away from all the doing notifications and pings as well. So for sensory rest, try to get a digital detox. Try to get natural light. Get away from the screen as much as you can. And if you feel like, oh my God, like everything is just going to shit, everything just doesn't work, I don't know what's going on, and I feel like I'm constantly on for clients and I'm constantly doing stuff for other people, then my friend, you most likely need emotional rest. That is the safe space with a friend, with a coach, with a therapist, where you can be seen, feel heard, and feel valued in that space, where you can properly talk about anything and everything that's going on, where you can essentially be yourself. Because I can tell you how many times, how many days I felt like this is complete shit, I can't anymore, like I don't want to do this, I feel like I'm putting masks on and I don't want to. And then I had amazing, inspiring conversations with one of my best friends, and I could tell her all of my challenges, I could tell her all of my problems in the way that I really want to say it. And that helped so much more than any nap could help me. And I'm a big nap fan. Like if you know me, you know I probably nap almost every day. So huge nap fan, but in specific situations, a nap won't just do the trick. And now the last one is spiritual rest. And this one is so underestimated because we always think burnout happens when we work too much. However, burnout also happens when you're completely disconnected with yourself, with your purpose, and with your goals. And when you're on a path that is not yours, right? So spiritual rest actually means reconnecting with what is important to you, reconnecting with your values, reconnecting with your life vision, reconnecting with why you are here. And that is something you assign to yourself, right? Nobody else can tell you that. But if you are working towards other people's goals, in other people's strategies and ways that do not feel aligned with what you want to do or how you want to do things, I can guarantee you burnout is going to come really quick. So spiritual rest is really taking the time to reconnect with what matters to you. And that is so important, because that will always guide you for the rest of your life. And as I already said, nobody can tell you your values. Nobody can tell you your life vision. Nobody can tell you how to live. I mean, everybody is trying that right now, right? With social media, with YouTube, everybody is a guru and trying to, explain stuff to people. But in the end, even me right now. But what I want to do is I want to give you tools for you to use to figure out what works for you and how will it work for you. Because again, nobody can tell you, you need to figure that out on your own. And I want to give you the tools so you can do that. Now, you've heard the 7 types of rest. Let's look into when you need what type of rest. The first question that you need to ask yourself is, what kind of fatigue am I experiencing? Because you're getting all the signals from your body and your mind, you just need to be able to read the signals. For example, if you feel depleted, if you feel drained after sitting for a whole day, a nap or sleeping is probably not the best thing to do, but movement. Actually moving your body, moving your energy, moving all the juices in your body will definitely help. When you feel like you're getting overwhelmed and overstimulated with Slack messages, constant pings, constant messages and notifications on your phone, I can't talk. Sensory rest will help the most, and or mental rest. So either where you put away all your screens and phones and any kind of device where you could get a notification, and or do a mental rest break. For example, sitting and staring, doing a meditation, going for a walk, something like that, that allows you to turn off your brain. If you feel like you are uninspired and you can't think outside of the box, then definitely have some creative rest. Then if there's a situation where you feel like, I don't know, what's the point of this? I don't know where I'm going with this. This calls for spiritual rest. Take the space and the time to really reconnect with yourself, with your values, with what matters to you. That is what you need in that moment. All right, so next step that you can do is to really figure out when you have your energy highs and when you have your energy lows. Because when you can predict those energy highs and energy lows, it's easier for you to plug and play all of these 7 types of rest into your calendar so that you strategically use your energy highs and energy lows so that you can perform at your best, but also stay mentally, emotionally, physically healthy while you're working towards your goals. And you also get to be a human on the side, and you get to live and enjoy your life. And that is what we essentially want, right? We want all the things. We want to be human. We want to work towards our goals, and we want to be efficient. And you get to do that when you actually start to work with your body and not against it. With your energy, not against it. With your life season, not against it. With your capacity, not against it. And I'm telling you how to do that specifically and how to track your energy, how to reconnect with your body so you know what type of rest you need in my masterclass down below. It's a free masterclass all about how to manage your energy, not your time, and how to properly track your energy so you know exactly what will work for you and when you have your energy highs and your energy lows. Now go to the link below, grab it, watch it, implement it, and I'm gonna guarantee you this is going to change your life if you actually do it. I'll see you in the next video, and good luck with the 7 types of rest.